Okay,
Don't worry
nice.
about it. You
Okay.
rolling? Ruby Baylor, this is your 12th year in professional basketball, and these are pretty exciting playoff games. How do you feel about your husband's performance tonight?
Oh, he was great, and it was a great win. And I'm afraid I'm a little nervous tonight after such a close game.
Ruby, what's it like for a wife during the playoffs? Did she go through the same tensions that a husband win or can't win this playoff?
There's no doubt in my mind now, Tommy.
Good luck to you and to Elgin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruby. Okay. Joan Egan, you've been watching basketball for a long time. Your husband Johnny played an excellent game tonight.
I thought so. I'm so glad that he can contribute to this great win. Yes, I do. I wish that I didn't feel it as much, but I do. It's a part of my life.
Now, Johnny's been around for over 10 years now, and he probably won't see too many more championship playoff series. Do you feel that this is the one for Johnny and the Lakers?
Oh, I do. I really feel that we can do it this year, and I just hope, for John's sake, that we can do it. It means so much to him.
Johnny, thank you for talking
Thank
to
you,
us.
Tommy. It's a pleasure.
Sitting here watching those games, I gotta either stay away or suit up. Joe Mullaney, you have said in order to beat this New York Knicks team that you have to control the pace. Do you feel that your team did just that this evening?
Well, I think we did the first half. I think we did the first half the other night here. The second half, it seems they come out for some reason and play a little tougher defense. It's quite noticeable to us down close to the action. They really get more aggressive. They put more pressure on our guards. They don't let us go where we want to go on the floor. And I thought the other night when we lost the game, we lost it in the third period because we just, in being played that tough, just went away from what we were trying to do. We took the easy way out and just went the way they were forcing us to go on the floor. We started freelancing and going a lot of one-on-one, and just didn't get the job done. Tonight, we still didn't do it quite as well the second half as we did the first half. We started bogging down a little bit, but at least we did maintain the tempo a little bit. We slowed the game down. We didn't let them get running, and we tried at least to go with the stuff that was working for us. And it helped a little bit more tonight. And I thought we played a little tougher defense down through the stretch than we had the other night, too.
Well, Joe, there's been a lot of talk about substitution. Does the game condition dictate the substitution pattern? Will we see more of this?
Well, in some of the positions for different reasons. I think when we get a lead, I might change a couple of men just for defensive purposes, just to stiffen it up a little bit defensively, not let them get back in the game as quickly. So it's generally the way the game is playing, how we're going, what we have to go to. Like the other night in the game, late in the game when we went away from our regular offense and we go solo, all we have left really is Jerry. I mean, they overplay Baylor so drastically, and the Butcher does such a good job that Jerry's the guy we end up giving the ball to, and the whole thing falls on his shoulders, and he ends up having to carry us. But we don't want quite that much one-on-one, and Jerry doesn't really want it either. So tonight we tried to stay a little bit more away from that, and Jerry still seems to get his points.
Elgin, Baylor was a much better performance by the Lakers tonight. What's your analysis of the game?
Well, Tom, I think that both teams played a great defensive ball game tonight. I think that in the overtime we played a little smarter offensively than we did the other night. The other night we weren't hitting the open man well. We were throwing the ball away, and tonight we did just the opposite. We got a lot of easy shots, and also they were in foul trouble. The Bush was in foul trouble, Bradley was in foul trouble, and Barnett, and they couldn't play the tough, aggressive defense that they've been playing the whole game during the regulation game.
Elgin, I notice you have your hip tape, you have a pulled groin, and your knee tape. Are you in shape to go to New York and do a job on them again?
Well, Tom, I hope so. I sort of, pulled my groin a little bit tonight, but we do have a couple of days off, so I hope by the time we get to New York it'll be a lot better.
Elgin, Coach Mullaney substituted a little freer this evening. Do you think this is better in playing the Knicks?
Well, I think so, and particularly if we're still in the ball game, I think that he should give the fellas a rest. Like he gave Wolf a breather, he rested Jerry some, and he rested me, and I think it definitely helps because naturally when you're coming down the stretch, you want your horses strong, and I think it showed in the overtime period. I think that we perhaps were a little more fresher than them, because the Reed looked awfully tired. He wasn't moving around like he did the other ball games, particularly on offense, and I thought maybe that made the difference in the ball game.
Jerry, I noticed a couple of times going to your left, you decided not to make that move and depend on the hand. Was that a conscious thing on your part?
Well, Tommy, it really was. It was hard for me to dribble any more than twice with my left hand without not losing the ball or not getting a good feel with it. The hardest problem I had, I think, was picking the ball up with my left hand for a shot. I really did not do that well at all, and say I don't think I made a shot going to my left all night.
Well, you're a bit angry when Mullaney took you out the first time to give you a rest. His substitution pattern has changed.
Not really, Tommy. I never mind to come out of a basketball game. I really don't like to come out in a good streak, or I don't like to see us call timeout in a good streak. But as I say, I can use some rest as a lot of guys on our team, and I think particularly it helps you in the second half of a ball game.
Do you feel that a freer substitution pattern is a must in order to beat the Knicks?
Well, I really think that a lot of guys on our team can contribute, and I think it's more of a team effort when you have 12 guys that are able to play and able to contribute. I think everyone would like to see guys play more, and I'd say I'm no exception. And tonight we got a great contribution from our bench.
Jerry, the morale tonight has to be a lot better than it was on the previous evening when you lost to the Knicks, but you're going into New York. Are you concerned at all with the crowd and the force that New York's going to throw at you getting back into the Big Apple?
Well, Tom, I'm really not concerned about the crowd. I'm concerned more about their basketball team. I say they're a great crowd, but I think it stimulates a player to play there maybe more than people would realize. I know that I enjoy playing there. The people in New York have been very good to me, and they're a very knowledgeable crowd. That's why I do like to play there.